Well, would you look at there? Welcome back, everybody. It's been a long couple months. We're back here out at Chaz. We are currently about halfway out the channel. As you can tell, it is gloss out right now. So, what we're doing today, seeing that I haven't posted in a while, I understand. We're gonna go and try and find some bait for my charter tomorrow with Wes and Linda. Now, what I mean by that is I'm going to be using my pinfish traps and my mud minnow traps, and I'm going to be filling them with ladyfish. So pretty much what we're going to be doing is trying to catch a bunch of ladyfish. I know that kind of sounds boring, but you know what? It's better than nothing, and we got good water temps today, so that's what we're going to do. So before we get started here, guys, check out all of these fish and all this action that we've had that I haven't really posted on YouTube. So here you go. So there you have it. So what we're going to be using today, I'll grab it here. What we're using today is going to be a Daiwa Fuego 2500. That's it right there. Beautiful, probably one of the smoothest 2500 reels I've ever used. And we're going to be using it on the Fenwick HMG graphite series. Now this is primarily a bass rod. Now with a bass rod you want a lot of action. You know, you really want to finesse stuff and make it to where, you know, you can move stuff around. So that's what we got. This, we got a DOA shrimp on a 1/8 ounce red jig head. That should really fire up these ladyfish and possibly even a couple trout. Honestly, we're looking at 80-degree water temp. It's usually been in the 90s, so I can almost guarantee you that these fish are going to be not where they were last week or the week before. So that's our goal today. We're going to play around the edge of the channel. I just found a nice little submerged oyster bar that's got nice deep sides. And that's mainly been the ticket lately, is just finding these fully submerged oyster bars with deep sides. And usually there's a few fish hanging out on each one of them. If you don't know Chaz, Chaz is absolutely full of structure like that, all up and down the channel, back in the backwaters, you know, where we do a lot of our sheep's head fishing. If you haven't seen our sheep's head videos, go back 4 or 5 videos and you'll see what I'm talking about. So on that note, I am going to be throwing this DOA shrimp on this jig head for a little bit, and nothing happens, we'll switch it up. But mainly today, guys, we are going for ladyfish for the trap. And thank you everybody who's been subscribing. Thank you everybody who's been following along, the comments, everything else. It is almost drone season. I should have brought my drone today, but I wasn't sure how the wind was going to be. Turns out it's absolutely beautiful out here, so is what it is. Hopefully here next winter, next couple months, the drone will be back up in the air and we'll be ripping. Once again, thank you guys for all the love and support as usual. Let's go see if we can find some fish. So, what I might have to do is I might have to start some commotion. I think that's what I'm gonna have to do. Start some commotion. We're gonna tie us on a popping cork with about 2.5, 3 foot a leader. And we're gonna start clacking around here and seeing if anything wants to, you know, anything comes around for our popping cork. So let's try that. Let's get retied up, and then we're gonna move over closer to the channel and do like that deeper ledge and see if there's anything happening there. Side, if not, we'll reposition here. Oh. What is that? Is that a jack? You know what? We'll take these ladyfish any way we can get them. How's that? All right. Didn't see that coming. All right. One for the trap. Gotcha that time. You are a nice trout. You are a nice trout. Look at you. This guy has so much energy, he hit right next to the boat. All right. That is a nice trout there, guys. There you have it. Popping cork with a pink and green paddle tail. That'll do it. And we are right next to this island. I'm gonna put them on the board real quick. See what she goes. I know. That is a 16 on the dot. All right. Let's try and go for another one. Oh, we're gonna drift the back side of this, really? So as you can see how close we are to land here. Hold. Not gonna hold, are they? Alright, the anchors are not doing their job. Man, I can't catch a break out here. Yeah, drift into the trees. That's all you know how to do. That's all you know how to do is drift in the trees. this ain't working anymore. So let's say, let's check the arsenal. GoPro, stop recording. I think we foul hooked another one. But at this point, I will take what I can get. There you go. Another foul hooked ladyfish. All right. Now, I don't know if you guys can see this, but there's millions of these little minnows, and between the ladyfish, the trout, and the needlefish, they are just getting torn up in this little bait ball here. So I am trying to toss my little minnow that looks just a little bit different than all the rest of these out here with this little school here. Well, I shouldn't say little, these are millions of freaking minnows right here. Oh, we're on. We're on. All right, what do we got here? Oh, yeah. I don't know what the heck that is. That is a nice trout. So, like I was saying, oh my goodness, nice trout. Hanging out right off the back of these. Oh, whacked my knee right on the freaking seat there. It goes to show you that I haven't been filming for a while. I forget what my boat's layout is. So, once again, come on. So, once again, we have another beautiful trout. So I keep trying to go for ladyfish and I keep finding trout. Two big giant fangs in that bad boy there. So nice little close-up of that, huh? You would not want that grabbing your finger. So there's our trout. We're gonna put another one in the cooler because we have not been keeping fish for like the past 3 or 4 months. So let's put him on the checkboard here. He is a perfect 18. So to conclude, we've now put a perfect 16 on the board and a perfect 18 on the board. all by just hanging out around these little minnows. And I can't get any closer to an island that you can get. So, I mean, look at this. Let me turn the camera around. This is absolutely nuts. I don't know if you can see them on camera here, but there are just millions of these little minnows. And there's just stuff hanging out all around them. They are completely just stuck right where they're at. They have nowhere to go. And I am just working this popping cork with this paddle tail right behind the school, right on the deeper side of the school, and they are just absolutely annihilating this thing. Not every single cast like you would consider it to be, but man, when they are on it, they are on it. I mean, look at all these things. Ready? There's hundreds, I mean, probably thousands of them. Man, if I had my cast net, I'd be picking these things out for days, because they're not real big minnows. They're not big at all. But golly, is there a lot of them. I mean, look, you can't even see the freaking water because of just how many there are. I really can't tell if this is showing up good on the GoPro, but goodness. I mean, they're just everywhere. My rod's pointing right at them. I really can't tell if you can see them right now. It's so bright out here, but I am just hanging out right with these guys, and they don't seem to mind me, so we're gonna keep fishing these bad boys. Until the bite stops. And you gotta remember, this is almost 11:30 in the afternoon, and the tide chart said that this is not the best time to fish. So I originally found these bait fish from driving around, looking around, and I kept seeing these splashes by this island. So I got a little closer and I realized there was stuff blowing up all over these guys. I was like, all right, that'll do it. And there is just stuff flashing all underneath these things. Not quite sure what it is that's underneath them. Probably a bunch of trout, like I said. So I might ditch the popping cork here in a minute just to see what that does. I was mainly using it for range and to get some commotion, like I told you guys at the beginning of the video. So I wanted that commotion. I wanted to simulate what was going on right here. All these bait fish out here splashing around, tearing up the top of the surface, you know. So now that I know I'm in a decent area, I can probably take this off and get my bait a little bit lower to the bottom, because it seems like these fish are coming up from the bottom and they're just coming up and just bombing these things. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We are going to take this bobber off of here, and we are going to put this thing down low and see what it can do for us. So let's be right back. All right, so we are still here up against this island. My stick-it anchors are not touching the bottom whatsoever at this point. We have a massive 4-something high tide, so this water is going to be all the way up past the green leaves here in a couple hours or so. But what I did here is I took off my popping cork, and now we're going to try and fish this lower side of the water column where I believe these trout and stuff are coming from. So while we do that, let's go check out our bait. We've been throwing this all day. So this is made by Mirror Lure. I forget what it's called. There's still stuff crashing over here. I want to say it's a watermelon, or I don't know, but you see this, it's a swimming minnow, real lanky tail, big paddle on the back, slot for your hook, and I'm throwing this on an 1/8 ounce jig head, and I've literally caught all 4 fish today on this. So we're gonna keep using it until something knocks the tail off of it. So let's see what happens. We'll get this thing flung out there out in the middle. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna let it drop for 6 or 7 seconds probably, just to get it down there. And then I'm just gonna give it a nice slow retrieve, and then I'm gonna pick it up and pick it up and pick it up until something bites it. So that's gonna be my retrieve right there. Let's see, let's see. Now you guys know me, you know I'm not a high tide fisherman at all, so the tide's already 1.5 feet over what I prefer it to be to catch fish. So I want the negative of negative lows, which have only been out probably in the middle of the night. So we're talking 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I just can't. I can't do that with my schedule. So we're gonna plug this thing against the bait. The bait have made it completely behind the boat now. They're about 7, 8 feet across the back of the boat. So I'm just taking this lure here, and I'm just bringing it right across them, right through them basically at this point, in hopes that there's something down there that is trying to wait its turn to come up. But the current is so strong with this wicked high tide that it's not letting my bait get actually through there. Well, there you have it. The tail is officially gone. So that's my cue. I am going to replace this. I'm going to push off of this island, and I'm gonna make my way drifting back now. No need to keep tearing into these guys. I got enough bait for my traps probably for till tomorrow morning, and now I just got to find a spot to put them. These little guys over here that I've been casting at really aren't going to do much, so I'm thinking I'll probably find a spot on the way back in to put these guys, and yeah, hopefully I have some bait tomorrow. If not, I'm gonna have to come out here tomorrow with my crew and do the same exact thing. So I'll bring you guys along on the ride back in, and on my drift session I'm about to take on here, and we'll see what happens. You never know. Oh, every freaking time. Whew. Them ladyfish, man, they fight. They fight good too. They are just flying through the air. So So as you can see, we've got the bimini top up. It's getting a little hot on the floor here. We've drifted halfway across the bay. We had one trout on, but he shook us off. You'll have that on them big jobs. No big deal. We are going to start making our way back into the springs. We have our buddy Jeff we're going to meet up with, cook some steaks, and see if we can do all this over again tomorrow, but mix in some redfish and maybe some snook into the mix. So be tuned for tomorrow's video, guys. I'm going to start going back to back on these things until we do our annual Key West trip. Now, if you haven't seen our Key West trip, I have a video from about a year ago where if you look down my list of videos, you'll see my Key West trip, Key West 2023, I believe it's called. So look that up, give it a like, give this video a like. Tell me what's your favorite strategy for trout and what you like to use, because I pretty much, you know, I went over some basics today. There's a lot of different other options that I like to use, and yeah, you guys want to come out with me, come fish, hang out. We can fish in the morning, come back to the springs, which is what we're going to do today, and grill up some food. So my buddy Jeff's got his grill. You can bring your own food. You can you can eat our food, whatever you want to do. That is what we're going to be doing. So until winter comes, and then it's Sheep's Head and Black Drum City from there. So like I said, guys, check out those videos. Give them a shout. Give them a look. Tell me what you think. I'm going to head in. You guys are coming with, and thanks for watching. GoPro, stop recording.